Hello everybody, it is Fuel here, and I am here to give you race number 5 of 20 in the PWRL Sony Cup Series Season 2 schedule. Before we get started here today, the 24 of Richard Johnson's on the pole, but the person that started the season off in the 24 is in the 92 this time, Mason Gordon. With issues with the 24 team, left them at Darlington, or got kicked out of the ride at the 24, may I put that in a way, and now is driving the 92 team. Basically Richard Johnson and Mason Gordon swapped cars. Mason Gordon the 92 car, he was locked in points with how high he was already leaving Atlanta, so Darlington, not a big factor for him. Are coming down to take the green flag here. Richard Johnson, Nicholas Cordovos are the front row drivers as we get ready to take the green flag. Here comes Richard Johnson. Richard Johnson got a good start there. Nicholas Cordovos hanging in right with him. This track doesn't have much grip, but the cars do spread out more than any other race here at Bristol, so look for track position to be very key today. Lap number 2, we had a wreck with the 15 car of Eric Lopez. He hit the apron, slid back up the track into the 14. Daniel Rain spun out trying to miss the wreck, and the pace car clips the 14 rear bumper, but that really doesn't matter. Margaret Mason would drop out after that wreck. Sorry that we're back late. The restart just came back out on lap number 16 of 25. Richard Johnson still leads over Eugenia Max, Dylan White. Nicholas Cordovos with a lot of damage runs in 4th place. And Eric Lopez is a lap down. He has a lot of damage to that rear car. Dylan White in that 3 car, replacing Connor White after the Rockingham crash that killed his brother. This is only his 3rd start in the Sony Cup Series in the 3 car, trying to win his first race of the Sony Cup Series in his 3rd start. Gina Max, still right now winless in the Sony Cup Series. His first race was the season finale of Season 1 of the Sony Cup Series. He goes for 2nd now. On the inside, Eugenia Max going for 2nd, probably for his best finish of the season so far. Coming to 1 lap to go after this lap. Whoa, we had a wreck in the front! Richard Johnson! Oh my goodness! Richard Johnson gets held up! Eugenia Max goes on by Ralph Mason! This is the battle for the lead and the win! The 3 car trying to win this race! Looks like Dylan White! Dylan White's gonna win here at Bristol! Dylan White! An amazing race! Dylan White passes Richard Johnson after he has to stop on the middle of the racetrack for a wreck that happened in turn 3. Well, the 24 team's not going to be any happier of their replacement driver, Mason Gordon, for taking out Nicholas Cordovos here. Mason Gordon clips Nicholas Cordovos. That he goes spinning. This is what causes 24 to stop in the middle of the racetrack. comes back up the racetrack into Luke Martin, your point leader. Connor Breton nowhere to go. He slams right on it. Colin Cropley drifts around the corner. Evan Gattuso, Brandon McGuirt, nowhere to go. Evan Gattuso goes on his roof. And that's where Richard Johnson had to come in and stop on the racetrack to get by. And the pace car is out at that time. And at this time, the 3 cars already going by for the lead. You gotta been thinking right here in the 3-car seat, what the hell just happened? Watch this, guys. This is probably like one of the most craziest stuff I've seen in my leagues. Richard Johnson had like a 1.5 seconds over Eugene and Max per second, and this happens. He did an amazing job to stop, but I mean, right as the cars disappear, there's nowhere for him. He's already lost too many spots. After a controversial win for Dylan White, Ralph Mason comes from nowhere to get second. Jonathan Gatton gets third. Noah Schofield fourth, and fifth, Eugene Max, who was running second at the time. There's Ted Jones. We never talked about him all day. He gets sixth. Ray Castor, probably his best race of the season, and seventh. Tate Schofield. He needed that finish to get into the top 20 points. Eighth for him. Richard Johnson had the win in the bag. He got ninth.